So, here, I'll do this. So, you guys stay interested, I suppose. Um, so I don't really have a plan this week because I've been really busy with the work. I just started college again, and so um, I thought I would show you guys um, my guitars because I've been one of my goals this year. I think I said in one of the Minecraft videos. If you guys have watched. Sorry, this is totally different than any of my other videos. It's not really a role play, is it? Um, is uh, I'd like to make an EP this year. If you don't know what that means, I don't know what it stands for, but it's someone told me in the comments, but I don't remember. It's like a smaller album. It's only like 5 songs, 5 to 7 songs, I'd say. But I'd like to make one this year, and that's one of my goals. As well as like stuff with the YouTube channel, things like that. You know what I mean? So I realized I haven't really shown you guys anything musical, and that's like a whole other half of my life, pretty much. And so I thought, why not? We could do a video where, for those of you who don't know how guitar works, I could explain it, and then also I'll play a few songs to show you guys as a little preview, I guess. So I have my acoustic guitar here. It's a Yamaha. It's a jumbo. It's gigantic. Way too big for me. Let's see, Yamaha right there. Yep. They also make motorcycles. I don't know why. I don't know the history of that, but that's actually interesting. I should look that up. We used to have a Yamaha quad that my stepdad was like fixing up, and then we sold it. So it was kind of funny. But this is if you don't know the difference, this is an acoustic guitar because it's wood and it has a hole in it. You don't plug it into anything, and it just makes noise. Like, you don't have to plug it in, and it sounds good. As opposed to here, I have just a sneak preview, I guess, because I'll show you both of them. I have my electric guitar right here, which is a PRS, Paul Reed Smith. Here, no, that was the right way. It's just this backwards in the camera for me. Paul Reed Smith, you can see his signature there, and it's an SE. CE, right? It has CE and SE. I don't know which one it is, but it's a cheaper one because good Paul Reed Smiths are like a few $1,000s. I don't have money for that. I need to eat and live. So this is an electric one. You can't even hear it if I play it. See, like barely hear it. It's also not really tuned. Yeah, it is actually. You can barely hear it because it's got a plug in right there in that hole. But I'll go over everything with both of them for you. I guess this is I saw people commenting on the Rubik's Cube video that it's just a autistic guy showing his passions, hobbies. Maybe I am autistic because this is another video showing my hobbies and passions. So we'll just start from the top. So where it says Yamaha, this whole thing right here, this whole thing is called the head. I think people call it the headstock too. You know, I don't really know what the difference is. But it's all wood. I don't know what type of wood this is, but some type of wood. And on the head, there's the tuners and the tuning pegs. I think I got that the right way around. You know, I'm not the best person to take advice from for like guitar parts because I'm not really into that. I'm into music more so than the making of, but I should probably know my instruments a little better, but I don't. So this thing, it's where the strings wrap around right here. You can see it. Usually they're supposed to be all uniform, but I messed up and I accidentally put this one on the wrong way. So you can see all the other ones are going like clockwise, and this one goes counterclockwise because I was dumb when I did that. But it would be a waste of a string if I try to redo it all. But they wrap around, and then on the back here, I'll flip it over for you, is the actual like tuners. You spin them to tune them, you tighten them or loosen them, whatever you need to do. Guitars make lots of noise, so I'm trying not to be loud with it. So that's the whole hit. It's pretty easy, pretty simple, right? Then I'll probably, I don't know when I'm gonna play the music, the songs. I think I'll just sprinkle them in throughout. Like I'll do just the breakdown of guitar, and then I'll play them all after, and then edit it for you guys, so I get more in the mood to play music. Because right now I can't just bust down into playing something. Maybe I could. I don't know. Okay, so then this white thing right here is called the nut. Yes, I know. You're all 12 years old. It's called the nut. There's nothing funny about that. Usually they're made of like ivory. I'm pretty sure this one's plastic though. It's either ivory or plastic. And that's where the strings, they rest in, so that they're all in uniform positions going down. The next part of the guitar, the neck. This whole thing is the neck. All the way from here up to here. That's the neck. And on the neck is the frets. The frets are the little metal pieces, the lines on the guitar. They're what actually makes the guitar like make different pitches and notes. So if you push down, so I'm pushing down on this low E string right here. I'll explain that all too, I guess. The low E string right here, it rests on the fret, and so when you play it, it makes a note, which is different than if you don't press it down. And the frets just make it sound better. There's fretless, but it's really difficult because you have to memorize exactly where the right notes are. You have to, like, imagine there's no frets and I just had to, in my brain, remember exactly where the position was to press down on that third fret. It's a nightmare. But if you're really good, you can make really cool songs with that. Usually bass is, I haven't seen many fretless guitars. There's a lot of fretless basses though, because usually bass players are more, not to be rude, I'm a bass player, so I have some bias, but from what I've seen, bass players usually know music a little better than guitar players, and so that's why. So yeah, those are the frets. I don't know how many there are on this guitar. I don't care to count. I think 22 maybe. And then the dots are the fret markers. They're just to let you know which one's which. So you don't have to count 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. You can just know this is 3, 5, 7, 9, 12, 15, 17, 19. It's only 20. I could have counted that really quick, I guess. So that's the whole neck of the guitar. And then now we get down to the body, you know, the big part. Makes some nice sounds, I like it. Okay, so the body, all the strings come down and they go onto here, the bridge. This is the bridge, because they go and they go over the bridge just like they do the nut up there. They're made of the same material, actually, these things. And they go down, and that's where you put the bottom of the string, and you put the pins in so that they stay there and they don't fly out or something. And so that's how the strings stay in tension to make the notes, because that's why they make certain sounds, is because when you play it, it's a certain tension. It's like if you have a string and you pull it, or like a rubber band. If you have one, you can pull it, and if you pull it tight enough, it'll make like notes. It sounds like. Man, I am so autistic. Okay, and then this thing, a lot of guitars have it. Not all of them. My electric doesn't. They're pick guards. It's for when you're playing with the pick. You can scratch that all you like, and it won't scratch because it's made of a different material. It's not wood, even though this has like a coat of something over it. Ooh, sorry. It can still scratch, and you don't want that. And then this is the sound hole. This is where all the sound comes out. Actually, the sound goes in and comes out, and it reverberates the whole thing. Because if you play a note, the whole guitar vibrates, kind of. You can notice it if you play a low note, like a really low note. You can feel the whole thing shake if you've ever played a guitar before. And then so all the sound comes out of there because it amplifies it. And then sometimes acoustic guitars, they'll have like electrical stuff in here so that you can plug it in like an electric. Mine doesn't. It's just straight acoustic. And then usually inside it has like a thing. You can't really see it, but it lets you know what serial number it is and all that stuff. You can barely see it on the back there. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. The neck connects to it right here. Oh, one more thing. Something that runs through the whole neck. So all the way from down here, all the way up to here, there's something called a truss rod. A rod. A big, thick, meaty, juicy rod. And so the truss rod is so that when you put strings on and you tension them, obviously it's gonna bend the wood slightly. So it's gonna be like, here, I'll use my hands as an example. So like, let's say, what the fuck, I can't turn my hands like that. So this is a guitar, right? And then you put the strings on under here, and so it'll kind of bend like that, right? And so the truss rod, you tighten it to bend it back up so it's straight. Because if you don't have one, then it's just going to be a bent guitar like that. So sometimes you need to adjust it though, so that the height of the strings is correct. Because sometimes they can be too high. This guitar has pretty high strings, and I don't like it so much. But this is the first guitar I ever played on, so it's made it a lot easier to play other guitars. Because the lower the strings, the easier it is to play, as long as it sounds good. Because sometimes if it's too low, then it'll buzz, and you don't want that. You really don't. So that's it for the acoustic. And then I'll show off the electric. It's a lot of the same things, but I want to show off some minor differences. First of all, each brand has their own unique headstock. This one is different. You can see it's like spiky because this is a PRS. They've got their own custom tuners. They have all their own parts, right? Also, the fretboard is different. It's a different type of wood. I don't know what exactly. And the fret markers are birds. I think that's the coolest part of PRS. It's like some really cool birds. And it's just like really cool. And then the color is super nice. Dude, I love this guitar. I got it a few months ago, but this thing is so cool. Okay, so the main thing you notice, what the hell, there's no hole. There's no hole in the middle. And that's because of these things right here. Those are pickups, electric pickups. They have a small little magnet. That's what the little dots are. They're little magnets that feel when the string is vibrating, and it turns into an electric signal that goes to an amplifier that turns into music, sound. And so that's why you can make it so loud, because the sound isn't controlled by the guitar, it's all controlled by the amplifier. And so this one has two of them. There's a switch right here. You can switch between them. So if you want to just use the neck pickup, or if you just wanted to use the bridge pickup, or if you wanted to use both, you can do that too. Because they have slightly different sounds, and it depends where you're picking to. If you're picking up here, it'll sound different. If you're picking down at the bridge, it'll sound different. This is a strap holder. There's one on the acoustic I forgot to show you too. That's nothing. Then you just put the strap on there to sling it over your shoulder. The bridge is slightly different because it's an electric guitar. It just looks different. It's not really that much different. And then we have the knobs. I don't remember exactly what the knobs do on this guitar, but most guitars have knobs that one is like a volume, the other one is tone. But I don't remember which one's which on this one. But one of them is volume, one of them is tone, most likely. That's the most common knobs. Okay, now on the back, on the acoustic, there's nothing on the back. That's why I didn't show you it. On the back here, there's the screws to go into the internal stuff. There's this is where the strings come through, right there. You see there's 6 holes for 6 strings. Oh, I forgot. Okay, hold on. I forgot something. But yeah, that's it. And then the neck is screwed on right here because it's different wood. You can see the separation. So now it's actually time to show you. I don't know how much you guys even care about this, but I want to show you. If you don't know anything about music, what the hell is that? It's just on my floor. I hope that's nothing important. So each string is a different note, and that's why you can play things like chords and whatever, but they're tuned all a specific way with a thing called a tuner, or you can do it by ear, but I like to use a tuner because I'm not that good by ear. So this is a pretty basic tuner. They all pretty much look similar. You turn it on, you see a little line, and then you play a note, and it'll tell you what note it is. So like it's E, but it's a little flat. Maybe it's alright. It was just a little red, so you can see if you have to tune it up or down based on which side the tuner is on. So this string, the low string, is E. That's why we call it the low E, because it's the lowest. So it's kind of confusing at first, because even though it's the highest, like position wise, it's the lowest note wise. So we just call it the low string, even though it's positionally higher up. Okay, the second string, that's A. We don't call that low A, we just call it A. There's only one A, but there's 2 E's. That's why we call it low E. Then we do D, G, oh, that one's a little sharp, B, and high E. So low E, it's easy to remember. Low E is at the top, high E is down here. And so it's E, A, D, G, B, E. A funny way to remember that my guitar teacher gave us is Eddie 8 Dynamite, Goodbye Eddie. It's a pretty common one. I've heard other ones, but I don't remember them. And then so each fret you play, it goes up in one note. There's 12 notes. It's A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. You don't need to remember that. There's no sharp for B, and there's no E sharp. Alternatively, there's no C flat and there's no F flat. It's kind of confusing at first. I don't know why they did that. Why did they do that? Why is the world like that? Where that doesn't sound good. So that's honestly it. Throughout all this, afterwards I'm gonna have put in some songs I played. So you guys already heard that. So this is really the end of the video, isn't it? Even though it's not for me, I need to record more. So, oh, one last thing. In the songs you saw me using this, it says a capo. You could just set it over a fret, and so then all the strings will be on that fret. It just makes it easier to play some songs. And it's kind of funny looking. Like you can like squeeze it. Maybe I'll have to use this for some videos. Except it makes like a horrible squeaky sound. Alright. So thank you for watching. I'm sorry that this video is kind of last minute. And it's not a roleplay video. I know you guys like my humor and stuff, but I hope you guys like me just nerding out over something stupid. Maybe I'll do it more often if you guys do. Because, yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of role play now, so it's a lot of less me as me playing a character, which still comes out as me, but I treasure being able to just share stuff with people. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day, good whatever. Videos every week still. Next week I'll have something more prepared, hopefully. Actually, a little sneak peek. I bought from a Japanese Daiso store, because we just had one open where I live. Like a bingo roller thing. You know, the thing you roll and it has balls in it? And so maybe we'll do bingo next week. That sounds fun. Okay, but anyways, I'll see you guys later. See ya. Okay, so this song is a cover, but all the other ones are my song, just for reference. But this is the first one I'll play. But the other ones are my songs. This one's a cover because it's a song I've been into recently, and it sounds really good. Out here, can barely see my breath, surrounded by jealousy and death. I can't be reached, only had one call, dragged underneath, separate from you all, you all. This time I've lost my own return, in spite of everything I've learned. I hid my tracks, spit out all my air, slipped into cracks, stripped of all my care, my care. I'm so tired, the sheep are counting me. No more struggle, no more jealousy, no more patience. You can write that down, it's all too crazy. Now I'm not sticking around. So this is the first song I ever wrote, and it's not that good looking back, but I take that back. Actually, I like it. It's really simple, so I hope you understand. This was like a year after I learned guitar, so You're staring deep into my soul, my heart made of coal, and all you see is fear, my dear. You're looking oh so gently, like you don't resent me, like you really want me here. But I know down inside, this past week a part of both our hearts had died. Oh, I know how you feel. Sutures to a wound that we both know will never heal. We sit in our beds alone, playing Romeo and Juliet on our phones. The internet will intercept my hopes that I'm able to forget all those stupid arguments we had, the times when I drove home feeling bad. So I find it hard to admit, sitting here with you I feel like shit. One day away and you put me on blast. When you calm down you bring up a past. You know I know, but you just won't show. Once again I'm dragged below, I'm treading the surface of our love. I wouldn't have drowned if you hadn't shoved it down my throat, unprovoked, pushing further down, hoping I would float. Alright, so this is my most recent song. It's like really sad. It's not about my life or anything, it's just a story. Hope you enjoy. Jack again travels up the hill. He would have nothing if not for Jill. The walk gets harder with every day, for Jack has grown but Jill hasn't aged. Jack again goes to the bar, temporary mending of all his scars. The drink man asks Jack, where's your crown? That old thing broke when life rolled down. again, grabs his pail of water. Sunday morning church, he talks to Father. I don't think I live past the midnight bell, for I need some water from the well. Jack and Jill hold hands again. His face is blue, but it's still him. Jill kept her promise and waited still, for now they're both together on the hill. So this song I made like a year ago, and I've never been satisfied with it, and I'm still not. I was even thinking I might not even put in the video, but I figured might as well, because no one else has ever really heard it in the year that I've had it. Pushing endlessly from every side. You think you know best, but I detest the way you run and hide. Looking forward to finding out what's in the life that they all are talking about. Baited whispers of melody, walking down with the frightful sounds of jealousy, running forward by myself. My heart jumps right as the clock hits 12:30. Whatever happened to asking me? It seems I left my dignity in Tennessee. Bustling desert, awake at night, places you don't fit, just like this, but not quite as dry. Baby blue sky turns to gray. Look to find beauty, all you see is sand and clay. Whatever happened to asking me? Yo no sé por qué estás actuando así. what you never see. And I know, I know, I know, I know what happened to asking me. Do you know, you know, you know, you know? Do you know what you never see? And I know, I know, I know, I know. Do you know, you know, you know, you know?